Winter in Ann Arbor, a cold, desolate existence. At the University of Michigan, students brave the frozen expanse every day just to make it to their classes, praying for a March Madness run.
Midcourt, extra pass. And it goes for the win!
And dreaming of spring. But this winter, 18 students will experience the semester of a lifetime as they compete in the second season of Survivor Michigan.
So my name is AJ. I am a senior here at the University of Michigan studying business. Never watched Survivor before, but as my last semester here at Michigan, I thought that it'd be pretty cool to do something that is kind of outside of my comfort zone. It's kind of something that I wouldn't really see myself doing these past 4 years, which is why I decided why not apply.
My uncle Jerry passed away last May of lung cancer, and he was also always actually a really big Survivor fan. Every family gathering, we'd catch up. Hey, Uncle Jer, what do you think of so-and-so from the last episode, Even though, Uncle Jer, I know you're not going to be able to watch this, but season 2, it's for you. It's for you.
While keeping up with their studies and staying warm, they'll have to compete in a variety of challenges, knowing that if they lose, they'll have to vote somebody out of the game. Along the way, they'll make both enemies
You have expectations, and they're all dropped because the girl's a dumbass.
and allies.
They have a connection with Maggie.
They'll scour the campus looking for hidden immunity idols. Idols that can save them at the dreaded tribal council. But in the end, only one will remain to become the University of Michigan's second sole survivor. Who will emerge victorious? Who will go down in flames? Find out on this season of Survivor Michigan, Leaders and Best. 100 days, 18 students, 1 survivor.
Hi, Sarah.
I've watched the game, The Real Survivor, many times, and I believe I understand how the game works. I understand there's many roadblocks in the way. You never know who will perceive you as a threat or what mistake you might make or who you overlook. So I'm definitely trying to play the game as humble as I can. I definitely wouldn't say I know I'm going to win, but I think I can.
It's your great day for Survivor, right? Beautiful MLK Day.
I literally knew coming in that I was gonna know someone just because that always happens, and I was just expecting it, and lo and behold, I get there, and Maggie Lamack walks up.
Maggie, nice to meet you. So how do you guys know each other?
We went to high school.
Oh, small world.
Yes. I pretty much just know that she is a very talkative person, which is good for some people. Other people, it just kind of rubs them the wrong way.
I brought a small thing of tequila with me, which I didn't drink, but I did advertise that I had it, so I think people probably think I'm a little crazy.
Guys, let's do
Jesus Christ, man.
My name is Jeremy Gallo. I'm from Huntington, New York. I'm a senior here at Michigan in business school. I'm an athlete, I'm a competitor, and I'm here to win.
Jeremy, I've heard, I didn't really talk with Jeremy that much, but from what I've heard, a lot of people are like, this kid would punch a baby in the face to win this game.
I'm gonna win Survivor Michigan because I am by far the sneakiest, I am by far the best athlete, and I am by far the best looking.
Some people were clearly Survivor diehards who were already talking about words that I didn't know what they meant.
What's the line?
Again, I know what the word means in the guess.
He seemed super cocky. He was like, who's going to the top 4 with me? And I was like, no, you're not going to the top 4 or 5 and anything to do with it.
I'm probably like the 15th or 16th person there because I live like 2 minutes away, so I just decided to like walk there when it was time. I was like super nervous. Like I thought I was gonna shit myself. Like my legs was shaking. I was literally standing there freaking out. I wasn't even cold yet because I only lived 2 minutes away, but like my leg was literally like shaking and I could not stop it. It was as if I was shivering, but it was actually just nerves, and I was just freaking out. It took a lot. Lucy seems, I get this very Valley girl / white girl vibe from her. She just seems like the type of person who would go out and get Starbucks with you and just like talk about very surface level things. She's in a sorority too. Go figure.
Fun fact, someone's identifying unique quality that they thought was gonna be like, whoa, no way, was I'm in a sorority. Bitch, no!
Hi, I'm Lucy White. I'm a freshman, and I'm studying biomedical engineering here.
This woman says, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm in Scrappa.
I'm really excited to be here, and I'm ready to win.
You are in a sorority? You're part of a group? What I should know about you and why I should want to work with you is that you are part of a sorority. No, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Chidi.
And your major?
Industrial and Operations Engineering.
And year?
A senior.
And a fun fact?
I'm certified to teach yoga.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay.
Me being late meant that I wasn't able to, I don't know if everyone was kind of just in little groups before they all formed a circle, but I wasn't able to talk really one-on-one with anybody.
Chidi, thanks for making us late 40 minutes, Chidi. That was like fantastic. I think depending on how you play for the next challenge, people will either like vote you out first if you make us late again. I think that's just the general consensus.
Alright, welcome to Survivor Michigan Leaders and Best. First things first, there's 18 of you right now, but we split you into 2 tribes of 9. So, we have Jeremy, Jack, Sam, Noah, Sarah A, Sarah X, Bree, Abby, and Maggie.
Thank you.
Yes. So, on blue, just bond over that lead. Mallory, Lucy, Nicholas, Daniel, Kevin,
Oh, everyone's doing it.
Bailey, Chidi, Mike, AJ.
If you try to burn me with my own.
Alright, you guys can get into your tribe and start meeting your tribe mates.
When you're split into tribes, I definitely like the group we had. Like, it seems like a good group, and everyone was super into it. And
next thing that we are going to do, this season is called Survivor Michigan Leaders and Best for a reason. So we're going to give you each tribe a little bit of time to actually elect a leader right now. But along with that, we're going to also have you come up with your own tribe names that you'll use for the season, as well as we'll throw in our first kind of twist of the game. Any point during the challenge, there are 2 wine bottles out at the end of Palmer Field. Each of those has a clue to the hidden immunity idol, and you may grab it at any time during the challenge. Whenever you want to, go for it, but you will be publicly, obviously, taking the clue to the idol. So with that, we'll give you each 5 minutes, come up with your tribe names, and pick a leader. So go for it.
All right. Then Cooper's like, we're gonna do a twist and choose a leader.
It was not something I wanted to do. I didn't want to put any target on my back for having a title.
Anyone a good leader?
Everyone's probably a good leader.
Yeah, dude. That's why we're here.
That's right. I guess if anyone wants to be the leader, raise your hand.
So, no one in our tribe really wanted to be leader?
Fuck that shit. Never ever be the leader. That's a dumb move.
So nobody really wanted to be the leader, and I think it's because nobody wanted to put a target on their back.
I think everyone was like, oh, this is going to put a target on my back.
So a bunch of leaders who don't want to lead. You want to be a leader?
Screw it.
All right.
We're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, why
Kevin?
not? Yeah, leader here, boys. I don't know what we're going to figure that out.
And then all of a sudden, Kevin was like, I mean, I guess I'll do it.
Don't know why. I don't even know his name. I don't know why he did it.
Yeah, being the leader was something I am used to overall, both in like high school and like college experiences. So I was just like, I can use this to an advantage. I feel like the things I do for the team will have like a basis to it instead of seeming needy.
I think Kevin definitely has some tricks up his sleeve, and as a leader, I feel like he'll definitely be able to almost get away with things.
I hope they do something with the leader role because that was what I was expecting going into it, either an advantage or a disadvantage. We don't know.
Hope it doesn't put a target on his back because I've kind of been talking with him, so hopefully it doesn't end up hurting me.
I immediately did not want to be the leader. I was like just trying to be quiet, stay like as much in the back as I could.
Mom, okay. Your mom? Yeah. I'm like the mom friend.
Okay, mom's our leader.
Okay. I feel like since they've just honored me being mom, I have a duty to my team and my family to like be a strong leader for them.
And we chose Sarah A, I believe. She's going by mom.
Luckily, someone just said like, Sarah Avery, mom, you're the leader, which was good in the respect that it wasn't me, but bad in the respect that I want to work with Sarah, and her being a leader kind of puts a target on her back.
Red is I like that, or us.
Oh, sorry, go.
I like something to do with family. So
Yeah, I like family too.
Ohana.
Oh, yeah!
Oh,
We got good team Something to do
chemistry
with
here.
family. We're all the same way.
Tried it was a reference to the classic Disney film Lilo and Stitch, and also just the Hawaiian term for family, because Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten, which is kind of ironic in a game like Survivor, because every week we will have to have somebody be voted out of our tribe and be forgotten.
What will be though?
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Kevin, you have to make some hard decisions.
I know. What are shades of blue?
Cerulean.
That's it.
All right, we got it.
It's my favorite crayon color. Cerulean. There we go.
Yeah, Devil Wears Prada reference.
Right, who are you guys?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
You all want to say that one time?
Wait, is that the right way to pronounce it?
Cerulean.
Okay.
Yeah, like C-E-R.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I don't think I can
spell
that.
Okay.
So, there was one guy who I'd been talking to before we got split into tribes. I think his name was Kevin, he's the leader of Cerulean. Stupid name, by the way. Stupid name. Cerulean is like, I'm an artist. Cerulean is not even like the best type of blue pigment for paint. It's like, why wouldn't you go for like ultramarine or something like more expensive?
All right, Red Tribe, what is your team name or tribe name going to be?
Ohana.
Ohana. All right, I love it. And who is your tribe leader? Sarah. Blue Tribe. Tribe name.
Cerulean.
And tribe leader. Who's it going to be? Heaven. All right. Very nice.
Alright, for today's challenge, we're going to start out, there's going to be 4 people, each grabbing 1 softball from Palmer Field. So we'll race to get a softball and come back. Once that's done, 2 people will use those softballs to knock down 16 blocks off the table. Once all 16 blocks are off the table, the last 2 people will solve a word puzzle. First try to complete the word puzzle wins immunity and is safe this week. Losers, date at tribal council with me, or somebody will be the first person voted out of Survivor Michigan leaders and best.
Shoot.
Right.
No pushing, no tripping.
Yeah, they didn't say we couldn't, they never said no foul play.
True. Don't be a dick, but don't be a dick.
Yeah. Ohana's family, not
Yeah.
True.
They're not bad.
Alright, so we're not there. Let's go for there to the thrower.
Again, yeah. I'm a runner and a hardcore feminist, but there is something about male anatomy that allows men to run extra fast. So that would make you think that the men would go further.
Survivors ready? Go! Maggie back with the first ball. Mallory on her way back, and Sam is out running. Sam sprinting back with the second ball, and Jack's going out for the third. Nicholas coming back with the second ball, and AJ going out. Jack coming back with the red team's third ball, and Jeremy going out for the final ball. AJ back with the third ball.
During the first challenge, I grabbed the idol based off of Kevin's instruction. He wanted me to grab it and share the clue with everybody.
Jerry coming back with the final ball. And go! Alright, red tribe. Daniel coming back with the fourth and final ball for the blue tribe. Go! Wait, do we get the ball? The cold definitely seems to be a factor affecting people's throwing. Abby with another miss.
Can I stand behind you and throw it to you?
Ohana falling behind. The phrase is going to be a survivor phrase. The words are going to be 4 letters, 5 letters, 3 letters. Now working on the word puzzle part of this challenge.
Forward phrase?
Forward phrase. The words are going to be 4 letters, 5 letters, and 3 letters.
Keep your...
Keep 4, 5, and 3.
I tried that because we can go back to that, but yeah. 4, 4, 5.
Are they correct? This is going to come down to the wire. Who has the right combination of words?
Keep your torch lit.
Blue Tribe!
Good work, good work, good work.
Woo!
Good thought, good thought. Nice work, everybody. Wow. All right.
Oh.
Nice. Good work, good work, good work.
Woo!
Good thought, good thought.
Yeah, we were like a second away too.
Yeah.
We were a second away.
Yeah. Second away.
Alright.
Okay.
We can open this.
Yeah.
Together.
Okay.
Breaks.
Everybody, finding the idol won't take much skill. To begin your search, look north of hill. If it is protection you seek, near the ground you should be.
Ooh.
Look north of hill.
So
North, so...
I don't know. North is that.
All right, Cerulean, congratulations on winning your first challenge. Who wants to get it? This is tribal immunity. This is what you play for. Congratulations.
Great job.
Let's go. Cute.
I know.
Ohana, sad to say, you guys will have a date at Tribal Council with me later this week, where one of you will be the first person voted out of Survivor Michigan leaders and best. That's all we got for you. Grab your stuff, head on out.
Ta-da-da! We won. I'm super happy. We took some selfies already. It was a beautiful and glorious time, and now I can finally be confident in telling my family that I'm actually playing Survivor Michigan. I'm so excited.
As we were walking back from the challenge last week, there was 5 of us, and we kind of made a loose alliance simply because we had a 5 majority.
Mike goes, so there's 5 of us here, so it looks like we have a majority.
So I'm not sure Mallory's too psyched on the idea, so...
And then Mallory kind of like walked ahead of us and kind of like left, and it was weird. She also was saying like, oh, I don't like that there's no other estrogen in this group.
When we were parting ways after the challenge had ended, it was me and 5 guys, or 4 guys, I think it was 5. And we were walking away and they were all like, oh, the majority or whatever. And again, I've never played this game before or really watched the show, but they explained to me that it's the majority of people in the tribe, and that when you go to the talks to eliminate someone, you need a majority to make a decision. And so it was kind of like,
Okay, so the first 3 people I messaged on GroupMe after the challenge were Bailey, Mallory, and Lucy. So if you can tell, the girls are probably what I'd lean towards aligning with way more than the guys.
Nick is awesome. Nick is probably the guy that I've bonded most with over the course of Survivor, even though that's been not very long. He's very, very sweet and also has kind of a risky, frisky side, if you will.
Going off Nick is like one of the weird players. Like, this is what he always does. It just like, he texted everybody and was like, hey, what's up? Oh, I don't know, doing homework. Oh, cool, yeah, no, can I like talk to you more? And I was like, he did that to everybody. Like Lucy, Daniel, Bailey, AJ, everyone on our team. And he's like trying to spark like conversation with people. And that's going back to like my idea where like, if you reach out to everybody, then people are gonna be like, what the hell are you doing? You're being really suspicious. You're trying to like, you know, get to know people.
So, have you met up with anyone or talked with anyone?
Yeah, like, let me ask this first, like, did anyone like text you first?
Nick.
Oh my god.
I was just assuming he probably texted like everyone.
He texted everybody, yeah.
So did you meet up with him?
I was like the first one he met with, and he was like just pretty low key with everything. Like nothing actually like set in stone. He was just like, yeah, I just want to meet everyone. I was like,
yeah, he just kind of has been like texting me, but not like saying.
Oh really?
Like just like, hey, like what do you like? What
Oh
do you
yeah,
like
yeah,
to do?
no, it was like natural. Like it was like, hey, and then I was like, hey. It was like, what are you doing? And I was like,
Yeah, that's exactly
yeah.
what he said to me.
Yeah. It would be strong to have that alliance between tribes.
Right.
Trying to see if there's anyone on our team that can like contact them.
Okay. So Sarah and I have met up and we have talked and like we've looked at the idol and stuff. I do think like that would be a beneficial thing for us, for you.
So I already know Sarah A. She and I are actually pretty close. We're in like the same friend group and like we lived in the same dorm last year and like we've hung out a good bit. So I know her pretty well.
Daniel and Sarah.
Killing it. Secret alliance. Oh, we need a name for our alliance.
For our alliance.
I definitely trust her. We met up last night and laid out a lot of game plan. Like she told me a lot about her team and I told her a lot about my team, like everything I knew kind of. She's probably my closest ally because like I actually know her well and I trust her, whereas like I don't really trust anyone else.
So instantly, I kind of formed a connection with Sam, and as we were leaving the challenge, all of us kind of down in our spirits. We kind of split into a few different groups. People were giving each other rides home, and I made sure to kind of stay by Sam. And I saw that Maggie was also kind of lurking by us. I'm like, okay, I like Maggie. Let's see if we can all get in the car together and start to maybe talk some strategy.
Honestly, I'm like really happy that I got into this car with the two of you because you were actually two people that I looked at and I'm like, okay, this is somebody I want to potentially be in alliance with.
I agree. I was really thinking the same thing because like we got to talk a little bit like before the challenge and like we were talking in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I was glad you guys were both like on the tribe. I was like, okay.
You know, just stayed in the car for about like 15-20 minutes and just kind of like talked strategy like instantly, which is exactly what I want to do out of the gate, which I love.
I mean, not to just go on to the easy target, but there was, I don't know, I feel like, I forgot even his name, but the kid who was throwing.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's
who
I thought too.
I haven't really gotten a chance to, like, he hasn't seemed very talkative or anything.
He's also a freshman, so we have to give him that.
That's true.
I
just had a little
the
pact
energy
going.
of the other, what's his name, Jeremy too? The whatever his name was, who works at Bivouac.
Oh yeah.
Jeremy, oh, he's so cute. I was like, can we be like Boston Rob and that girl? Like, yeah, I was like, let me be Amber.
I said to look north of Hill, or does it mean like Hill Street? Does it mean Hill Auditorium? So we basically just like looked everywhere that had like Hill. You know, we were looking for probably an hour and a half for the idol.
I really like the core of us being like a really solid 3. But the problem is, of course, we have a tribe of 9, and 3 does not cut it.
Alright. Hey all, Kevin here.
Hi, it's Bailey. Okay, so I just got back from like a meeting with Kevin, which went really well.
So, and then we were like, hey, we should probably do something. We both have like a good mental idea on how we want to play the game, right?
We think about it pretty similarly, so.
Okay, alliances for me personally include probably like Bailey at the foremost, unless she seems to be distrustful later on. But I think we both have a similar game plan going on, and that we are going to act as observers in a way and find the ability to gain information just from general conversations with the people we know.
And we both kind of agreed that if we're gonna make it far in this game, we have to have an alliance that is like, you know, you tell each other what's going on, you keep each other informed, like, you know, you're loyal to that like one pair. I still can't trust anybody but myself in this game. Like, I have to remember that and like not be overly trusting with him.
So I am definitely gonna put my like 100% trust as of now, obviously, or 99 rather. You can't trust anyone in this game so much.
But we both kind of like revealed a lot to each other, like a lot more than I think either of us would have been comfortable with if it were anybody else. He also revealed to me that after the first challenge, about 5 people on Team Cerulean were walking towards Central Campus together, and they realized like, oh, like we have a majority here, like alliance maybe. And I was like, oh god, like that is not good for me. But the fact that he told me that like makes me feel like really confident in like what's going on, and now I know that I need to like start making connections in that group of people.
Watch out for these two.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great.
Don't watch out because you won't see
Don't
us.
watch-
We're not. No
Oh,
one's
yeah.
gonna know about
Oh, yeah.
this.
Bet nobody's
Yeah.
gonna figure this out after a while.
Got
so,
it. Yeah. That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Cool.
Later that night, I got a message from Bree saying, "What are your thoughts on voting Noah?" And at first, I was a little skeptical, like, why would we want to vote Noah? But then I thought, yeah, he did blow it in the challenge, so that makes sense. And then I later found out that Bree, Abby, and Sarah X were all in a car ride home together. And that kind of worries me, that little trio, it definitely could see becoming an alliance. And they were all pushing Noah pretty hard. So
How helpful do you think he would be in like challenges?
I feel like he's a secret weapon.
He was a baseball player.
No, but he said he can't run.
Oh,
yeah,
right. He got
'cause
two
he had
knees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Abby and Bree were thinking maybe Noah, just because he wouldn't be very good at things that require running because he's had knee surgery twice.
I came up with a name with our alliance.
Oh my
just me and you though.
Okay.
Because your first name is Bree
Yeah.
and my last name is pronounced Z.
Oh my
so we
gosh.
should be the Breezy Alliance.
Yay,
like
I love
Breezy.
that. Yes, Breezy Alliance right here. And I have a secret alliance going on with Mike from the Cerulean tribe, just because he was one of the first person that I talked to when we got there, so we kind of established a relationship already.
So I was talking to Sarah, staying next to Sarah. I think we have a little bit of an initial trust off the bat, which is key. And we meet up once a week to do homework together and share what's going on in each other's tribe. So it's great to have the intel on the other side for me and her.
I'm here with Jack.
Here with Sarah.
Do we want to talk strategy at all?
Yeah, sure. So, what are you feeling after?
Noah did tell us that he had 2 knee surgeries, so he's not good at like any of the running type things.
I sat down and talked with him. I could tell that he kind of knew he was on the chopping block and he was kind of scrambling.
So then I talked to Jeremy. I got lunch with him, and he's great. I think he's definitely someone I could work with in the future. He seems honest.
And I don't trust him one bit.
I brought up the idea of, me being worried that I was in the chopping block, and he acknowledged that. He was like, yeah, like, I understand that, but like, honestly, for the guys' game plan, like, we're down 5-4 in the numbers in Ohana.
He also kind of seemed like a good player.
It makes sense to work together until the merge, and like, that seemed genuine to me. Like,
so it could be a good move to get him out early before he gets any traction.
But then I met with Bree for lunch, and that was good.
And we were thinking more Abby because of like the challenge and like the throwing.
She brought up the idea of voting Abby, which is good because I was and still am worried about my name being on the block. So hearing Abby might be voted out definitely was a little comforting, to be honest.
If we're talking numbers, then like if we need 5, me, you, Jeremy, Sarah, who's our 5th?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we can keep our options open.
Yeah, let's keep it open. Let's see how next challenge goes.
Yeah, we have a very solid.
People are gonna need us.
Yeah. And we can kind of decide which 2 we want to add on
Because
to.
we definitely need to solidify at least one more person. Like say.
I felt actually I had a very good connection with Sarah yesterday. Like we talked for a while.
Noah told me that Bree doesn't know how she feels about me. Really? Yeah.
Okay.
They were all talking.
So, me, Jack, and Maggie are in the car together, and we're, trying to talk about strategy, trying to talk about some regular stuff, right? Some regular Survivor stuff. And Maggie spots some, whatever they're called, carrot cards, tarot cards, whatever they're called, I don't care.
It's the 5 of swords.
And she starts going nuts, like, oh man, they're tarot cards, whatever. Let me do readings for you guys. She goes absolutely insane for these things, right? I'm like, well, sure, yeah, let's interrupt our time of strategizing about this game. Let's talk about some weird cards in somebody's car and what they say about our game, which actually is not relevant because they mean nothing. I think it's just that, like, yeah, at the challenge, like, someone's got to be the scapegoat. Like, someone's got to be first.
Yeah, well,
So,
sweet.
my
Wait,
friends are
I need
older,
to
so
know
I'm
your
always just, like,
birthdays.
rip.
I need to know your birthdays.
I'm May 30th. my turn.
November 13th.
Maggie is so into like whatever it's called, astrology, astronomy.
So Scorpio and Gemini? Okay, good to know.
Oh, are you a Gemini or a Pisces or whatever? You know, whatever that's called. She just kept going on and on about it. And I'm just like, okay, cool.
What are you?
I'm fire, I'm Sagittarius. So, we need to find us an Earth.
Yeah.
Because we have air, water, fire. We need to find an Earth.
Whatever. Okay.
Not to be like... But then we'll have all feels, like all emotional intelligences, you know? So...
Interesting, Maggie. Interesting. Oh, that's a good one.
No, just let me ask.
Okay,
I'm going to make everyone go around, and then I'll identify the Earth people, and then we'll see if that lines up.
Oh, you're still going. Go ahead. Yeah, take your time. Have some fun.
First I met with Sarah A for dinner, and she was very fake to my face. She said that we should keep the guys for strength, which doesn't seem to play for her game, so that seemed like a blatant lie.
Yeah. I feel like by having a rough first week, it'll bring us closer together too.
And then when I, threw around the idea of working together, she was very non-committal. She was like, I'll get back to you. And then later, she sent me a text like, we should work together, but it was the same text she sent to Jeremy, so I think that she's just full of shit.
Maggie, though, scares me because I think she's a wild card. Sarah Avery actually told that to me, and I was like, surprised that even she read that because she's barely even been around Maggie. But Jack and I have been around Maggie. There's been times where she said, like, you know what, we should just do this thing. Where I was like, no. Oh, when you meet with Abby, you should just tell her it's going to be me. I was like, but why? Like, why don't I just tell her it's going to be Noah? Like, what's the point of that?
And hopefully, I hope we're not getting too confused about this is the fake target, this is the real target.
Yeah.
I think she just gets really excited and just wants to do stuff.
Sam was really nice.
Jack and I are like, let's calm down a little bit. Let's be careful.
I think out of the three of us, he will probably be the first to go home.
So I'm worried that there's gonna be some point where she just does something, and exposes us.
I just get the feeling he will be the least likable because I like him less.
It'd be really solid if us and Maggie and Bree and Sarah. Mm-hmm. So I hope that
I feel much better about that 5 than the potentials other Sarah and Jeremy.
I agree.
Probably just because I've talked to Sarah Z's, but
So yeah, I think I'll probably have a strong alliance with Jack as long as he's not offended that I'm more interested in him than in Sam.
So Sam is probably, definitely my number one ally right now. Either way, it doesn't really matter to us who is forcing it out. That's one of the things I came into this game is I want to make a very close ally on day one and kind of stick with him or her throughout. And right now I kind of see a JT Steven fishback scenario between me and him playing out from Survivor Token Chains. If you're a Survivor nerd like me, I've seen all the seasons, but just of two guys who are very close to each other, can trust each other with everything, and then hopefully we can make our way to the end.
We were all kind of thinking that Noah seemed kind of the obvious choice. Someone has to be the scapegoat, kind of. Obviously, me and you have Barchi Man, and we know, we both know Gar, we know some of the same people. So I'm okay, we should definitely have a thing where it's watch each other's back. Me and you. I was thinking that'd be good for us, because I feel it's important to have someone you can trust. You can never trust what everyone is saying. It's and I hate that. Here's something got it. You.
Okay.
Trusting.
Sam and I are in an alliance. Pinky swear, tell the truth always alliance. Just us two. No matter what other alliances we're in, they don't know that Sam and I are in an alliance.
And then just a few minutes ago, I met with Jeremy and Sarah.
Right. Noah's going to go to Jack, Sam, and Maggie. And if they're 3 voting together, then that's 4 votes right there. All they need to do is pull Sarah A in.
But he seems like he's game with Noah. He expressed that like he's nervous also about like them possibly voting out Abby.
To vote who?
To vote Abby, and then Noah stays,
Well,
and then Noah is 4 in that alliance with Sarah. That's 5, and then we're outnumbered. The goal for me is to make it to the merge with numbers, so I want to win challenges.
I'm talking with Sarah today.
Okay.
So I can see like where her head is at.
Sarah also sent Noah a message like, "Hey, I really want to work with you," and she sent me the exact same message.
Yeah, he said it's like copy and paste.
Yeah, like she copy and pasted and just texted everyone, and it was like.
So on that first day, Sarah A reached out to me. She was like, hey, you seem nice and friendly. I want to work with you. But I heard she said that to a lot of people, so I don't know how I feel about that. Wait, so what was the message? Because she sent me a similar
She said like, hey, you're a really strong player. Like I would really see us like working together as like a pair. Like,
She told me, she was like, you seem really nice and friendly. I would like to work with you.
So I met with.
So you see, she's all over the place.
So that was a little weird.
So when I went and met with Sarah, I was like definitely a little skeptical to begin with. So those two, I think Noah, just because everyone's kind of going with the numbers right now, and then next week, if we lose, which hopefully we don't, and we can just keep the numbers, but Sarah is like kind of a little schemy.
I just don't know where she stands with other people. That's my problem with Sarah A right now. So I'm like hesitant to get too close to her until I figure that out.
Alright, so we have both Sarahs here.
Team Sarahs. That's cool. We could do like Sarah squared or something.
Yes, like S squared.
Yeah, easiest alliance name ever.
Yeah. I think it's funny how they put us on the same tribe. I feel like they did that on purpose.
I feel like they probably did too. Because the Sarahs always stick together, you know?
Whoa, what is this graph that you have?
Okay, so these are my notes so far.
Yeah, Sarah A was super prepared for our meeting. She had like pages of notes.
Okay, so this is what I've heard.
She had like drawn diagrams. I was like, whoa.
And this is who I want to get rid of. Okay.
That's what I've heard.
Okay.
So
and yeah,
it's happening.
I didn't really talk to anyone else the rest of the week until I met with Bree and Sarah.
Sarah A was talking about she really does not like Maggie and Jack because she thinks they're partiers.
We're at the club!
She's like, I don't want people who just are like partying and not taking this seriously to be honest. She wants to get them out because she was like the real people who are competing. And I was like, actually that kind of makes sense. Like,
This is when Bree told me that she had met with Noah, told me that he is trying to get everyone to vote for me. Because, which makes sense. He's scrambling. He wants not to be voted for. Who's the other person who kind of fucked up? It was me. And the throwing. Because I was not great. Honestly, like, the throwing portion is what lost us our lead. So, it makes sense that I'm the next scapegoat, right? So, Bree tells me that I'm the next scapegoat and that Noah's voting for me and that she met with Noah earlier in the week. So, Noah thinks everyone's voting for me, and I think everyone's voting for Noah. I think it's 60 Noah, 40 me.
Okay, so I just met with Sam in Common Cup and it went really well. Turns out we go to the same church and yeah, things are going well. So I'm excited to work with him. I think he's gonna be a really smart player and he's just gonna be a really good friend and guy to work with. So
oh yeah, that's so funny. We have matching stickers. Okay,
guys, you gotta see this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at the matching stickers.
We're so cool.
Let's link them together.
I looked for the idol immediately after the challenge, and I just found out today that Jeremy looked for the idol after the challenge, and I know where he works. He said where he works. I'm a smart girl. He walked by Hill Auditorium. My gut tells me Jeremy has the idol.
The clue was pretty interesting. I love riddles, so as soon as the challenge ended, I went immediately from the challenge and I walked to Hill Auditorium. That was my immediate thought because Hill Street is too long, not possible for something to be north of it. The next thought was it could be the Hill, which is a pretty big area as well. So I was on my way to work. I was like, all right, I'm walking right past Hill Auditorium. Let me search the area. Unfortunately, no luck finding it.
God, I can't believe it. Like, I was literally just north of Hill Auditorium.
and there's Hill Street, Hill Auditorium, and Hill Campus. So I've heard that a couple of people have been looking over by Hill Auditorium.
Just walking out of my Psych 112 class in the MLB, I think, hey, I'm to the north of Hill Auditorium. Let's open up this little mailbox, and boom, there it fucking was. I've been watching this show for like how many freaking years. I've always dreamed of finding an idol.
But right now we don't really think anyone has the clues, and it has the idol because like the clue was kind of like not very clear.
God, I'm just walking home now. I still can't believe I fucking found this thing. I fucking found this thing. Ah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, this is freaking Survivor, baby. This is how it's meant to be played.
It's just so intense. Wait, actually, when's your birthday?
July 28th.
Okay. So what's your sign?
Leo.
Okay,
Why?
Because I'm like trying to figure out. I'm annoyed with that. So.
Is that good?
Yeah, no, that's good.
Wait, which one are you?
I'm Sagittarius.
Okay. What does that mean? I'm not very good
It's
at
also a fire sign.
Okay.
We're both fire.
Okay.
Which is probably why we're doing this game in the first place.
That's so true.
But Noah told me that he was talking to Bree, and Bree mentioned that she doesn't think she can trust me, like right off the bat. Yeah.
Okay, so Maggie surprised me because I didn't think that she had thought so much about what was happening, but she was thinking ahead. She was thinking of every single possible situation. She even brought up maybe voting Abby out so that Noah would trust her.
Like, I would rather it be like you, me, Jack, Sam.
Okay. She revealed that she had a trio going with Jack and Sam, which I don't think she would have told me if she didn't trust me.
It's unclear which way I want to go, but I'm really interested in working with Jack, and I'm really interested in working with Sarah X.
We're having a tribe dinner tonight to like bond, and I think a little bit of strategy may be talked about. Noah is out of town and he's on our tribe. So like my two main allies are Sarah X and Jeremy, it seems like. And we're trying to get Noah out. So hopefully we'll be able to talk at this dinner.
We're all here.
However, we were talking about us three shouldn't sit next to each other so that people don't know like that we're like a strong alliance together.
I'm awful at that.
Balance. We all should have a balanced diet because that will make
That was
us
the most
all
mom comment of all time. That was actually ridiculous.
a balanced diet so we can all like be ready for challenges and ready to kill it.
And be ready for spring break.
Yeah. Tequila and nuggets. Only occasionally.
And then Friday night they had an Ohana family dinner at Charlie's. And I couldn't be there because I was in LA, so I FaceTimed him at the beginning.
Hey, Badu! Say hello!
But, I mean, you know, I hung up and I heard that Abby was kind of floating my name around and people were like, like, for sure, but then, you know, giving each other looks.
We were like, this is awkward. And we hung up, we were like, okay, we all feel really bad about that. And then I was like, they would have to be like really good at duping me, like if they were, because like I'm already on guard a little bit because of what Bree told me earlier.
So then Abby said something about, you know, if you voted me out, it'd be a double reverse blindside. Like, I mean, that's kind of the name of the game. Like,
So it turns out Jeremy is from Hungary, and so is my family, which is pretty interesting. And when we were at Charlie's, we started talking about that, and then we were kind of flirting, I think very noticeably, which was, I don't know if that was the move or not, but it was happening.
Maggie friended me on Snapchat, and she posted a snap story of her, Jeremy, and Jack at the club last night, and the caption was Alliance AF.
And after dinner, which was really fun, I think, for everybody involved, me, Maggie, and Jeremy went to Rick's. And while standing in line for Rick's, we kind of made a pact, an alliance of the three of us. Maggie said that she would
preferred Jeremy to be in the alliance than Sam, and said that I was more a valuable asset than Sam in the alliance, and that she'd rather that like both me and Jeremy were valuable assets in the alliance. So of course, if somebody approaches me in the alliance, I'm gonna fucking agree to it. But I'm not sure how I feel about it right now. I think that a lot of my concerns about Maggie being a loose cannon have kind of been confirmed.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not really sure how I feel about Maggie at this point. Like, I kind of, at first, really wanted to work with her, but there's been some things that have come up lately that just...
I think we're kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
Just letting you, like, I'm telling you guys everything that I know right now. I've heard her name come up for like what people want the next vote off to be.
So one just thing that kind of seemed a little peculiar to me, it seemed like Maggie and Jeremy were like really close.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Or I don't know. Or maybe they just were hitting it off or something. Like, that was just one thing that kind of just made me...
Interesting.
Yeah, you saw that too?
No, yeah, and also when I met with Maggie, she said that she was going to try to flirt her way to Jeremy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking with Abby. She like texted me earlier today. Mm-hmm. She was saying that she apparently knows that she's targeted by Noah.
Yeah.
Now.
I think us three are like...
Yeah, like you have Bree and like you have a connection with Maggie.
Yeah, that's good.
So like, I don't know, the tough thing is like someone has to go next. But like whoever it is, like we'll be able to get numbers pretty easily. Like as far as finding a 5, it's like you have to differentiate between like who's just gonna be like a number we kind of bring along for a while. Who's gonna be like people we're gonna like kind of let more in on what's going on.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't think we'll really know if we're a family or not until after the votes are in, because you know I think that our real chemistry will be shown in the votes.
That I want Abby to go, and if Abby doesn't go this week, I want her to go next week.
So we'll see. I hope it's her, not me.
I'm dreading tribal. Really dreading it. If it goes the way I hope, it will be no problem. If it doesn't go that way, then I'll look like an idiot. The grandest idiot ever. Either Noah or I's gonna look like an idiot, and I really hope it's not me.
To it for questions. I'm going to start with Sarah A. You got elected leader. Do you think you took any blame for that loss?
Of course I do. I mean, being team leader, team captain, team mom, like I should know my team's strengths. But of course I take blame because I'm the leader, so I'll back up my team.
Sam, first impressions of everybody kind of on your tribe. What do you think of your tribe as a whole?
I just remember like a lot of people that I was talking to at the beginning in the circle, just like getting to know people were on my tribe. I was like, oh, that's cool, like some familiar faces. And also made it sad because I was like, wow, I got a good first impression on all these people. I don't want to vote one of them out.
Jack, Sam brings up the point that he likes everybody on the tribe. You guys named it Ohana, obviously, which means family, but you guys have to vote somebody out. So give me that kind of like dichotomy there.
Yeah, that's the irony of Survivor. So you have to try to get close with as many people as you can, and try to get a good unity to win in challenges. But at the end of the day, if you lose a challenge, you have to vote someone out. So we're a close family, and sadly, we're about to lose a member.
Sarah X, you guys obviously have to vote somebody out. What were kind of the criteria people were maybe throwing out there for this first vote?
Yeah, I think some people looked at the challenge just because that's a big thing to kind of go off of, just to see which segment we were most behind on.
Jeremy, obviously 9 people, 5 girls, 4 guys. Did that play any kind of role in this first week for maybe any alliances forming or even just like the vote?
It's definitely something you have to think about, especially moving forward. We want to compete as a team, but we also have to be thinking about votes down the line. And hopefully we won't be here next week, but it's definitely something that was talked about amongst some of the people here before.
Noah, obviously you were gone for a couple days during the week. Tough, right? Like the beginning first week you guys lose and you have to go to LA. Do you think that is going to affect the vote at all?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it was a disadvantage, just unfortunately, because I was gone from Wednesday until literally an hour ago, so I think it kind of put me a step back, but I did genuinely try to reach out to people, as many as I could, before I left. I had a phone conversation with a member of our tribe in the Uber going to the airport, so I mean, I feel like I've been prepared as much as I can, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Abby, you guys kind of fell behind in the throwing part of the challenge, which you were on. Do you think that any part of the challenge or people's performances are going to affect tonight's vote?
Yes, obviously that's really the only thing we have to go on right now. It's crazy how important that first challenge is in deciding who goes.
Yeah. Maggie, Abby just described the first week as kind of like crazy. What are your thoughts on that? Was it hectic right out of the gates? People are strategizing, everyone's talking to everybody. Are people trying to get their footing? What did you kind of see?
Yeah, definitely stressful. You never know if you've got the target on your back or what's happening. So just have to hope that the bonds with people you make are what you think they are.
Bree, whose name did you kind of hear floating around, or who's maybe on the chopping block tonight, if you want to just lay it out? Or not, if you can answer on the question.
So since I sat out, I was able to like see the whole challenge, not worry about what like my part of the competition. And that it seemed like we kind of fell behind in the throwing part, and so kind of the people whose names have been thrown around have been Abby and Noah.
Yeah, no, so you hear your name. I obviously asked Abby earlier about the challenge part, but you were on the same part. Thoughts on that, and if that's going to affect the vote tonight?
I think it'll definitely affect the vote. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried that my name is on the block, as it certainly seems to be, just because, I mean, I started off well, but definitely lagged behind at the end of the challenge, and being gone for half a week, it certainly doesn't help. But I feel like, hopefully this tribe knows where I stand, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Alright, and with that, it is time to vote. So Sarah A, go first.
Cool.
Sorry you had to go like this.
Pray that it's not me.
I pray that it's not me.
So Sarah knows this is all part of the plan, and hopefully it works for me.
I'll go tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Abby. No. Sarah A. No. 2 votes Noah, 1 vote Abby, 1 vote Sarah A. No. No. First person voted out, the survivor machine, leaders and best. No. That's 5, that's enough. You can bring up your torch. Noah, Travis, go. It's time for you to go. Alright, you guys have voted out your first person, but it only gets harder from here. Grab your stuff, head on out, have a good night.
Yeah, we
Next week on Survivor Mission. The leaders are summoned to a meeting alone, and it seems like love is in the air.
It sucks to be the person voted out. Definitely was worried that my name was in the block.
Kind of fucked yourself by going to California.
Can't do anything about it.
You tried.
Now it's recording.
Ohana means nobody gets left behind or forgotten, except for Noah.